Welcome to Toffee TV. It is my three things from Everton 3, Crystal Palace 0. It sounds good to say it. It's not something I'll get bored of saying because the fact is we don't have that many 3-0 wins at home, or we certainly haven't over the past few years. But today was a really good win against a tough side, and to bounce back from 3 defeats on the run, it feels good. The first thing I want to talk about is the 2 wide players today. They've been criticised by lots of Blues, us, for just simply not doing enough. I think is the feeling. I think Dominic Gray is hot and cold. I think he still is hot and cold, but when he's on it, he causes teams lots of issues. And Anthony Gordon, I don't think has had. I think a couple of away games he was really good, and at Goodison he's not really done that much or that well. But today I thought the pair of them started the game good and continued it, and particularly Gordon, who I thought was really good in terms of work rate and effort. Yes, it's nice the goal's nice. It's a little cherry for him, a nice tap in at the park end. But the fact is, it was his work rate and his effort that got him, for me, made such a difference today. I think Dominic Gray, like I said, there's always someone who can pick the ball up and go by players. If they simplified, but both of them simplified the game, I think they'd be both much better in terms of get beyond the man and get a crossing or come in and have a shot. We saw Dominic Gray had the first attempt at goal early on, inside the first 10 minutes, and keepers, right at the keeper, but he hit it well. Saw Anthony Gordon a bit later cut in it, one with his left foot, which Guati had to tip over the bar. They both put crosses into the box, and that's what we want to see. And if you've got a centre forward in the middle, like Dominic Calvert-Lewin, he's going to thrive on balls into the penalty area. And I think if the pair of them did just simplify the game, it would make them so much more difficult to mark, and it would give Everton more of a threat. And it worked like that today. I thought the both of them, like I say, carried a real threat. I think Anthony Gordon, when he scored the goal, gave him another bit of energy, really went after everything, worked so hard, didn't go steaming into silly challenges, wasn't petulant today, and therefore he's not got booked. Dominic Gray was booked, but the referee, I'm not going to talk about him, but he was abysmal. So those two have kind of set themselves a little bit of a bar now, in which they have to live up to. Quite simply, I think Everton. Listen, one swallow doesn't make a summer, and I think Everton would be stupid not to be trying to bring in another winger in January who's got goals in him and another centre forward. I think that's by the by. Doesn't matter how good players you are, you should always be trying to make it even better and bring even better players in. And we need that. We do need extra. We need more. But today they showed that they can do it on certain days. And can we get the consistency from the pair of them? Hopefully we can, but they deserve praise today because they have been criticised, so I thought they were excellent, the pair of them. The second thing I want to talk about is Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who was tremendous today. He was my man of the match, although the caveat to that is there was 6 or 7 who could have easily been it. I just thought the way he led the line, he got us off up and running. It was a brilliantly taken goal, and I said in my match reaction, I wasn't convinced he had that in his locker. So I'm delighted that he's continuing to improve. He needs to have that ability to be able to fashion something not really out of anything, because he then becomes someone who gives defenders a real headache. It's okay thinking we've got to stop crosses into this fella because he's brilliant in the air. But if it's a case of, you cut that out, Dom doesn't do anything, then, you'd need more from that. Today wasn't that case. Iwobi plays a ball in. His touch to take the defender out the game is fantastic, and the finish is brilliant. And that's what it's about. And I was delighted for him. He's had a real tough time of it. People have written him off and all of that. But whatever, we need him fit and firing. Quite simply, that's what it is. Fit and firing, healthy. If he does that, he changes our team. We've seen today we could go long. He was competitive. He was winning it. We dropped some onto his chest. He was taking it down, laying it off. First touch was really good. Nice and mobile. Can he get in behind? Yes, a couple of times he did. Can we create more opportunities for him? Let's hope so. But what we have to do is make sure we get balls across for him, as in not just in the air in front of him so he can attack it. But if he's going to start having those kind of goals, then we have the opportunity for playing slightly different with him as well. But he makes such a huge difference to Everton. You can understand why Frank Lampard has kind of put his hopes in him, because we don't have anybody else like that at the club. Neil Maupay, good squad player, said that before. Do Everton need another striker? Absolutely. I don't really think Salomon Rondon is a viable option. So that's where they need to be looking. And like I said before, when I was speaking about the wingers, we definitely need a goal-scoring winger as well. But Dominic Calvert-Lewin today, absolutely brilliant. Delighted to see him back. And played another 75 minutes or so today, or 80 minutes. So delighted to see him back. The final thing I want to speak about today is the midfield, who were very good again, but really good today. And there'd been a slight change with Frank Lampard. Obviously, he'd put Alex Iwobi higher up the pitch, a bit closer to Dom. I think there was a criticism at both, certainly at Spurs, but definitely at Newcastle, of us not getting players close enough to our front man. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin is someone who will cushion things down or chest things off. And there was a real tactical switch from the manager today, putting Iwobi in almost like a number 10 role and having a double six with Garner and Onana. And it worked brilliantly. Obviously, you know, we broke their press for the first goal by being right on them. Dom and Iwobi involved in that as well. And we didn't really allow them any space. The midfield was bossed by Garner, who was excellent today. Onana has hot and cold periods in a game. Sometimes you look at him and think, wow, he's unbelievable. And other times he's caught with a little bit sleep. But he's a young player, and he'll grow into that. But then with Iwobi at the tip of that was brilliant. And it was interesting, because I was wondering whether James Garner would get a start today, and maybe the manager would push Iwobi into one of the wide areas. But he didn't. Garner came on later on, James Garner, and was busy, got on the ball, got us playing a little bit again. A couple of tackles in as well. Abdoulaye Doucouré and Tom Davies all come on. So, you know, the six midfielders all got an outing today. And that's important, to have that kind of competition in there. You know, when you can bring Doucouré on to try and get us up the pitch a little bit, or just to be busy and active, that's fine. That's good. He was one of our first choices last season. Now he's sub. Like I say, James Garner's someone I feel like, you know, he will get into our midfield at some stage and probably stay in. But it's up to all of them to keep doing that. But today they were brilliant, and they, with Dominic Calvert-Lewin, set the tempo, and then obviously the wingers were better, so we got the ball to them. Defensively, we were fantastic. Seamus Coleman, outstanding. Two centre-backs, outstanding. Thought Mykolenko, this good, solid game as well. So, you know, it was a real excellent performance from the team today. But like I say, you know, the Dominic Calvert-Lewin, the midfield, the wingers, put it all together. And when they're on that kind of form, then, you know, we will be a handful. Certainly at Goodison Park, absolutely. Can we do that away? Well, it's up to us. There's no reason why. Still playing on grass, it's still the same goals, it's still a ball. Why not? But what I would say is that, you know, the change by Frank Lampard, that flexibility, that moving Iwobi slightly further forward, has paid dividends today. And the manager does take stick from some people, you know, when he is at the start of a building process, and he deserves credit today. It was a brilliant little bit of tactical change. It worked. Patrick Vieira didn't really have an answer to it. Crystal Palace certainly didn't have an answer to it. And Everton ran out worthy winners today. So good day at the office for Everton today. Tremendous win. And yeah, they're my thoughts on that. So thanks for watching. Give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. And yeah, have a fantastic weekend. See you later.